Hi, I'm Karen, and this is all about that fringe. Thanks for joining me. I want to talk to you today about this beautiful piece of helper hair that I'm wearing. This is Intelligentsia by Belle Tress in Nutella Buttercream. Give you a good look at that color. Um, I also want to talk to you today about Wig Studio One. So Intelligentsia came to me as a gift from Wig Studio One, not in exchange for this review, not in exchange for saying anything nice about them. As a matter of fact, it was a no strings attached act of kindness. And so I want to talk to you about Wig Studio One anyway, because, like, first of all, who does that? It's a beautiful thing to do, to just, say, here's this gift and you deserve it. But I'll tell you more about my health journey and some more details of that maybe another time. What I'm comfortable sharing today is that I have a serious health condition. It's rare, it's difficult to treat. We've been trying to treat it for 5 years. It's very painful. And because of the chemo drugs and immunosuppressants that I've taken over this, up to this summer, like 4 year period of time, I wound up having some really serious complications, and I wound up in the hospital for almost 10 weeks. And I wound up having major surgery and complications from that surgery, um, death-defying complications from that surgery, and came home with a wound back for several months. And it was a real struggle. And just when I thought I had turned the corner and things were going to get better, um, my hair started falling out in clumps. Now, I'd been through, treatments before in the past 5 years where my hair was coming out. So it wasn't like this was new. I had cut my hair kind of short before so that it wasn't so bothersome when it happened. But this was different. This was just a shedding like I had never seen before. And it was like one of those things where I was vacuuming my bathroom twice a day. My shower and my sink were getting clogged. It was not great. So one of the people, or maybe a couple of people in one of the support groups, I wound up having a colostomy this summer as a result of all these complications. And one of the people in the ostomy support group on Facebook, when we were talking about hair loss, recommended Wig Studio One. So I want to start from there and tell you a little bit about them and the connection in my journey. And then I'll tell you a little bit more about her. Okay. So I decided to check it out. What's Wig Studio One? I'll tell you, when you start to search for things like helper hair, you get bombarded with a lot of different sites. Some of them are in the United States, some of them are not. Some of them you may see your products, some of them you may get something that looks nothing like what the product was. In a very short period of time, I learned that Wig Studio One was a company that was really built on integrity. I've had the opportunity to interact with a lot of people who work for the company because they have a great support team. And truth be told, I kind of went on a crazy binge and purchased a whole bunch of hair. But I didn't expect this. So Wig Studio One has a Facebook page they have a regular Facebook page that's for their business. And then they have one that is called Wig Studio One Wig and Topper Support Group. And I'll put the links to both those down below in the comments. The support group, as of this recording, has over 19,000 members. 19,000. So all you have to do is go in, search a topic, search a color, search a style, search an issue, and you've got a whole bunch of people that have already talked about that. Or you can ask a question, and then within moments you've got, handfuls of people supporting you and helping you, including the expert team at Wig Studio One, but also a lot of members who have experienced similar things. So you both feel supported by the expertise and then also supported by the real life experiences of the people in support group. So I can't recommend this enough. Check it out. Like and follow them. Definitely do that. So what's different here? What did I notice that was different? I started going to a lot of the live shows. There's a live show pretty regularly. I've gone to a couple where Andrea, who owns Wig Studio One, where she has done a few shows, and Marlene and Eileen do this sort of tag team sister wig thing that's just so fun to watch. And then Christy does her coffee hours, and then she also does some education stuff. There was even one time when she was in the bathroom washing away. So even if I thought it wasn't something that was kind of like, yeah, I don't need that right now, I'd go anytime I could. And I'm always upset when I have to like work during the time that there's a live show. I have to watch it afterwards. Because I learned so much. I just learned so much. People ask questions, the experts, give information. As they're talking through things, they'll tell you little things, or you can see them do little things. Like the first time Eileen took the hair back like this, and she sprayed it with the hairspray, because it was flopping. And then she let it go forward and it just laid so perfectly. I was like, is that it? That's all you need to do? Are you kidding? I've never had anything cooperate like that in my entire life, hair or not hair. So I've just learned so many cool things. And what I also learned is that they really care about their members and their customers. So I've interacted with people on the support team. Like I said, I've also interacted with people on the page, and they're warm and they're caring. And you know what? You want to run a business in 2022, you've got to care enough about the people you serve, because there's competition out there, right? So let's just put that out there. Like, you've got to be a good business to be a good business. And they are a good business. They've got a fabulous return policy. They have people that'll help you. They'll meet with you and do a consultation. You can even do like a video chat with them so they can see what you look like and maybe what your bio hair is doing and what you're used to. They'll like work with you that way. But there's something else. There's like this soul of Wig Studio One. It sounds like hyperbole for me to say it, but it's so not. There's, it's in the company. It's in this women owned and run company, and it's in the support around it. And this is an example of that. So I'm going to give you the short version of this story because I want to be able to tell you a little bit more about this. And that's that Andrea had done a angel hair giveaway where some of the manufacturers donate pieces to give to people in need. Now, I'd been buying my own, quite a few of them, but I wasn't buying anything like this. I know I'm not alone in saying that a lot of times, people who are dealing with challenges and illnesses and stuff like that, like, you don't put something special at the top of your list, right? You're like, this will be good enough. I can get this. And I'll tell you, the stuff on clearance is great. Their regular stuff is great. There's a lot of affordable, wonderful pieces, and I own many of them. But this is like a warm hug on a cold day. It's like it just feels like caring. I don't know if that makes any sense. I would walk by a mirror before I started this journey and found Wig Studio One, and I would look in the mirror and I would see sick. I would say, yeah, there I am. And since I've been wearing the helper hair, I kind of see the glass more half full, and I see something in myself when I look into that mirror that allows me to maybe just move forward a little bit more through my day with a little bit of a smile, or, oh, okay, you know, I'm still in there. I'm still there. So in terms of this specialness, Intelligentsia is 100% hand tied. Never had one of those before. This is my first one, okay? And if you put your fingers in here, you can feel the little tiny knots, not in a creepy way, but in a surprising way, because I didn't even think about that, you know? So this is a fully hand tied top. It has a gorgeous lace front. I mean, it just really looks like the hair is coming right out of my scalp. The color variations in Nutella Buttercream actually really help this too, because there's some, you know, lighter colors, highlights, there's some darker colors. And so it looks so natural. It has a full monofilament top, and I'll show you some pictures of the inside of the cap in just a little bit. And she's heat friendly. I'm a 21 1/4 circumference, and I do have a wig grip on, which I wear almost all the time. I prefer to wear a wig grip just because it gives me security when I'm doing a meeting or something. I don't want anything moving around because I do have kind of a smaller head, and it just feels perfect. I am told that hand-tied tops, hand-tied caps wind up being a little bit smaller. So I didn't have to do any adjustments in or out, just popped her on the way she was, and she kind of looked like this. The only other thing I did is I used my little squirt bottle, and I'm going to do this right now. Just gave it a little mist, because I think this is like the best invention ever. And then take my wide tooth comb and give her a little brush back in the directions that I wanted her to go. And then she just beautifully falls into place. And I can do I'll take this over here, because a little bit of temple showing and a little bit over my ear, but it's got really great coverage overall. I tend to have sort of extended hairline there, but I like to take this and just kind of pull it a little bit forward, so that when I do talk, I know that I've got that part covered. If I was going out on a really windy day or something, I might put a little bit of Got to Be Glued, or It Stays, or something like that. I usually use It Stays. A little dab of it there, just for some security maybe. But she's gorgeous. And then this is just how she came. In terms of density, she's kind of a light density. There's also, if there's anything up here, yeah, I don't feel it other than the hand-tied cap. And usually with the full monofilament, you're not going to get permatease. And also with Belle Tress, tends to not have a lot of hair, tends to be sort of low density, which can sometimes cause a little bit of flyaway. And I'm just learning these things too. So I'm not an expert. Let's just get that straight. But I'm going to tell you my story. I'm going to tell you my experience. So Intelligentsia flips up a lot on me. If you look at the stock photo, or, you know, any photos on her, or some of the other reviews that you might find that have been done by Wig Studio 1. And she's a long bob. So if I take her, she's heat friendly. So if I wanted to, I could kind of give her a little bit more of that kind of look, right? I also am a person who loves to, I'm not going to style her too much, but I just want to show you the variations here. I'm a person who loves half ups. So on a lot of things that are longer, I really like to take this part of the hair and put it in a clip, which I've got here. I love these little claw clips, because they just kind of grab right onto a little bit of the wefting, and it's not going anywhere. Like, it's going to stay right where it is. So look at this. I still have the need to tuck, even though I've got her pulled up a little bit. But that just gives her a little bit of a lighter look around the edges. Kind of cute. I'm going to show you some pictures, because it's hard for me to get up and kind of move around and spin and stuff. I'm going to show you some pictures outdoors, show you different angles, things like that, so that you can get a better look at her. But before I do that, I do want to say, please like and subscribe. because once I have at least 100 people who do that, I can go ahead and have the name changed from YouTube's Scrabble, 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 symbol, 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 letter, letter, letter to All About That Fringe. And I don't want a lot of like, you know, big deal stuff going on, but I'd sort of like my channel to have the name that I gave it. That's not too much to ask, right? And also check out the stuff down there, you know, in the description. You'll get more information about Intelligentsia, about Wig Studio 1, and yeah, just stand by for some more pictures, okay? Don't go away. Okay, as you can see, I've had a little bit of a hair change. I took off Intelligentsia so that I could show you what she looks like on the inside. This is her gorgeous lace front. By the way, I'm wearing Harmony by Envy, and I'll be talking about her next. So you can see this gorgeous lace front, this full monofilament top. She has a lovely extended nape in the back, which just goes right over the back of my wig grip, which is lovely. Check out these really cool little silicone ear tabs, super soft. Gives it a nice, just a nice connection to the temple without it feeling uncomfortable there at all. And again, I'm not an expert, I'm just showing you what I've got. So hopefully this will give you a better idea. Just look at all of that mono top. You could part her anywhere you want. You can just sort of messy part her. You'd have a lot of options. But what I've also like to do is just kind of show you what she looks like indoors and outdoors. And so I've got just a little bit of a slideshow to show you on that, and a little tiny video of me doing a little spin inside. So just hang tight, I'll be right with you. Okay, so here's a look. What I want you to notice is that when I move around, you get different light. You can see there that the lace front is just really undetectable. But when I spin in the room, you get different light on her. There's a good look at the back. And so she's gonna look a little bit different everywhere you go. And this is true of every piece. And I've learned that if I don't move around, you know, in different types of lighting, I don't get a good idea of what's going on. So since I started making this video, the sun's gone down, which it does very quickly in New England. And this is going to look so different than some of the pictures I'll show you, but we'll get to Harmony later. So again, I'm just showing some information here and some different angles and lighting for Belle Tress, Intelligentsia, and Nutella Buttercream. You'll see right here. Now her specs are that she's heat-friendly synthetic up to 360 degrees. You get a good look at the top of her. You know, it's a pretty natural looking part. She doesn't look like she needs to be plucked or anything like that. When I tilt forward, everything kind of comes forward too. But I wanted you to see the colors and the color variation here. It's 100% hand-tied cap. It's really beautiful. Super light feeling, ear-to-ear lace front. So you just get a lot of, you know, she just kind of clings to you, just kind of hugs onto your front of your face. Side is 6 inches, nape 5, overall 14. Doesn't feel 14. It feels so light. She only weighs 3.7 ounces. But I have some others that are in that range. And I think with the hand-tied cap, you get just this much lighter feeling. It is an average cap size. I'm a 21 1/4, as I mentioned earlier, and I have a wig grip on, and that's all I did. I pulled the extended nape over the bottom part of my wig grip, and I did nothing else. Didn't adjust. There was plenty of room to adjust her in, plenty of room if I needed to adjust her out and kind of like have her stretch. There's, you know, some room in there. So I kind of feel like she, you know, would fit most average head sizes, but she'd also fit, you know, a little bit more petite. You know, probably you could do a 21 or just a little under and just cinch her in, and she'd still be good. All right, so I wanted you to also see what she looked like with inside lighting. And what's interesting here is Here I'm facing my picture window that has really good light at that time of day. And here I just spun myself around to see the kitchen, towards the kitchen and the kitchen lighting. And it just catches very differently on the color. This one over here is at night. Obviously, you can see it's sort of like a little dark behind me down the hall, but with the indoor lights on. And a lot of times I think what we do is we pop some helper hair on in the bathroom, and we've got that bathroom lighting and it's harsh and everything looks like orangey caramel regardless of what color it's supposed to be. So make sure you walk around to different rooms and kind of get a sense of what your helper hair looks like in different environments. Also, I want to show you what she looks like outside. So you can see here, all I did in my backyard is I just spun in a different direction. And each time I spun and the light caught me differently, it almost looks like three different colors. And it's not. It was partly sunny, partly cloudy day, had a little bit of sunshine out there, some clouds, but you know, clearly beautiful in all lighting. And I wanted you to get a look at the back. Here's that orange look in that bathroom, right? So you can see, kind of close up here, she's got more of an orangey look to her, but it's only because I'm in my bathroom lighting. If I leave my bathroom, I don't look orange anymore. And here's a gorgeous close-up shot outdoors with the sun hitting her. You can also see a little bit better of her length in the bathroom mirror. And she just kind of is curling up underneath my collar because I'm outdoors in that one where she's got her little flip. All right, so I think that what I'd like to do is just thank you and thank Wig Studio One. This has run a little bit longer than I had hoped, and I didn't do very much with harmony because you have to stay tuned to hear a little bit more about harmony. I'll see you on All About That Fringe for the next one really soon.